this is exactly what Kentucky is to me. Nothing but people smoking in elevators.
There's a huge tobacco's a huge cash crop up there. They're gonna
So is moonshine.
I
feel
I feel like I want to take a vacation there now and just ride the elevators. All day long. Just grab a couple beers, get a cooler, and just hang out in the elevator.
Like,
So
you work on the top floor and you saw that some kid pressed all the buttons like, I'm just going to take a ride in Flavor Country.
you get up there and you go, we've come a long way, baby.
There, man.
Well, the other thing is that I remember in West Virginia. Now I know. Now people in Kentucky, do they look down on West Virginia or do they look up to West Virginia?
I don't really know the whole politics. I don't think.
Because in my head, West Virginia is above Kentucky in literacy and inbreeding, like lack thereof.
You might be right. I mean, Louisville, you're right there by Indiana, and so
Bashing the culture.
which is true.
It is the Paris of the United States.
To me, like, this is how dumb I am. Like, that whole area of the country, like the kind of, I guess, I don't know, what it be called, the South, up until like New England. I can't pick those.
The Midwest?
Whatever.
No, it's not even like the Midwest. It's like that weird like west-east part where it's like just all country. All those states are interchangeable. I've been through them all.
It's true.
They're all the same place.
Well, so my thing was, okay, so in West Virginia, you can go to a strip club. We tried to do this. We didn't make it.
Which is what we would have to do. There weren't any strip clubs in Maryland, so you had to go to Virginia.
But
Virginia.
not only did you want to go to the strip club, it's right over the border. I had never heard of a BYOB strip club.
Oh yeah, that was in Austin.
Really fun, too.
And so you just we were loaded up with 230 racks.
I think.
Yeah. And then, so have you ever been?
No, I tried to go one time. I had a show up in Kansas, and I couldn't fucking find the place.
So they have those.
Which trailer was it supposed to be in?
That's exactly right. Like, it was out in the middle of fucking nowhere, and I had a shitty BlackBerry, so I couldn't map it.
Yeah. So they have those in Austin, a BYOB strip club, and they don't care as long as you're 18 to get in. They don't give a fuck if you get drunk. So you just bring all the beer that you want and drinks.
That would be how do they make money? Because I feel like most of the money that the place makes is on alcohol sales.
No, because they take a cut from
they take a cut of the dancers, but have you ever been to a strip club sober?
Yeah. It's sad.
That's
the Halloween
depressing
thing
I've ever seen in my entire life.
I've never been to a strip club sober.
I've been to two.
Oh wait,
two of
the
the
first
four.
one I was.
If it's not, God, you really don't get how pronounced the C-section scars are.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, you notice them a lot more.
Well, it's that thing where you like some people find it really attractive to take their index finger, just slide along the.
Oh God!
Instead of doing a bump off a stripper's tits, you do it off you go a line off her C-section scar.
No, there's this girl I dated one time, and she had an epidectomy scar, and I found it strangely attractive.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't no C-section scar, but you
come on it.
It was high school. I didn't get a chance to pull that off in high school. It was not good.
Oh, that's too bad. That should have been your first busted nut was on her.
You're lucky that didn't develop into some weird fetish. Because in high school and when you're younger, I feel like that's when a lot of those I accidentally stumbled across this porn or I put on this pair of panties and next thing I know this is the thing I like, right? And
I feel like if I met another girl with another scar, I'd be just as
just marry her.
It's a thing, but I'm not gonna chase a girl based on scars. I'm not gonna look for a scarred up chick. Although if she got scarred up in knife fights, that'd be kind of hot too.
I'm about to say I think you could over by your old apartment. You could probably find find some women.
You could go to the OK Corral and find plenty of girls, I imagine, who are adept in knife fighting.
Well, I've been hot in the wrong spots. That's what I've been doing.
Apparently, underage as well as we learned.
Yeah, underage girls willing to go anywhere with you.
All right, well, you gotta explain the story so I don't go to jail.
Yeah, okay.
Names have been named.
A 16-year-old girl. Allegedly.
It was so funny. It was so awkward.
How long
it
ago
was
was this? Was this recent?
Maybe 3 months ago.
Yeah, July. It was July.
How did he find a 16-year-old?
We were at the OK Corral.
Oh, yeah.
And he talked to these girls and do you want to come back to a certain person's place? And they were just sure. And so we got in the car with them and the rest of it, and they show up to an apartment of just 12 dudes, a woman, and then they're sitting there awkwardly, like, not doing it. It was...
I mean, to be fair, we all, when we went in there, we thought it was a 21 and over place.
Yeah.
But then again, we should have known something's up when the whole place looked like somebody's quinceañera. Like, that's what that place looks like. Yeah. Like, they're like clowns and shit, and it's just like, it is the most batshit crazy place.
There was a guy humping a balloon between a woman's legs to pop it.
Yeah.
And they were having, like, a race to see who could pop it the fastest.
I feel like that'd be a pretty quick race.
You would, I would.
Because you have an incredibly pointy dick.
Well, yeah.
It is very sharp.
Yeah.
That's the way I was born. I can't.
I'm
bullshit.
Just made
So
you guys stuck your dick in the mechanical pencil sharpener in 3rd grade.
That wasn't an actual appendectomy star, was it?
Yeah. You want to go like knife fighting because you got a knife dick. Getting some stab means a whole new meaning now.
Well, yeah, it's like how swordfish hunt for their prey. It's not unlike that.
Matt Raney spearfishing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just,
Welcome to episode 60.
Yeah,
We've mentioned dicks. It's time to start. Welcome to episode 60 of an OK Podcast.
Were we recording that whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I am one of your many hosts, Tom Joyce. I have with me the luscious Jackson Curtin.
Aww.
The livacious Matt Raney.
Hello.
The ludicrous Max Bruno is currently helping a hippo at the local zoo and will not be on today's episode. Oh. And of course,
helping's a strong word.
Yes, I think he's walk a shaving back with the hippo.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Well, he's gonna keep. I wonder if he's gonna keep those giant like shoulder length gloves.
Yeah,
his dick's gonna smell.
No,
like fish
those are his. He brought those.
I thought that belonged. Oh wow.
No,
well, he borrowed them from me.
Oh well,
yeah.
I like to get up to the elbow. And making his second, third, eighth appearance, the other L word, loquacious SpencerHicks.
That sounds like a black lady's name.
I think she cuts my hair.
Oh, loquacious.
I think I dated a loquacious. Yeah.
In Baltimore, I can imagine there's probably a few.
And he's wearing a 16 on his t-shirt.
That's true. That is true.
Oh, that was a Cubs shirt, and then I guess it's just...
No, it's just the number. He's just a fan of the number 16. Anything 16.
Don't put me on trial here.
Well, look, before we admit to any more illegal activities or indict any other businesses, let's talk about a reputable business.
Yeah. Now, Spencer, you've been on the podcast before,
yes.
And we like to have fun. We make jokey jokes. We have the yuck yucks, but right now this is how we pay their bills. All right. So let's get serious about our corporate sponsors. Let's show them a little respect.
Yeah. My game face is on.
All right. Today we have sponsoring us is Brixton's All Male Fantasy League. Mm. Are you tired of your wife or girlfriend getting all the best free agents or sleepers? Want to get away from all that constant nagging for drafting Ray Rice? Well, we have a fantasy league for you. Brixton's All Male Fantasy League. The only fantasy league that having been born with a dick is a requirement.
I would just like to point out that all of my fantasies are male.
That's true.
I only have all male fantasies.
That's true.
Even the women have penises. I don't know if that's...
Well, I believe, what's her name? Haberdasher? She won't allow any female ones, so you're just you have to go with the male side, right?
Yeah, well, and sometimes the dicks are plastic, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Nothing sexier than a plastic dick on a hot woman.
Well, I'm gonna take a little bit of issue with the thing about are you tired of seeing your woman grab a sleeper?
Yeah.
Because that's exactly why I left my last woman. She was she'd grab sleepers.
She was just snatching them up.
Yeah, dudes would be sleeping on the couch like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm grabbing that sleeper."
Like, she would only date like people with narcolepsy, or
have you seen that porn? The one, sorry, it's like a porn site where like people are pretending to sleep, and then like someone starts having sex with them, and then like they don't like wake up at first, and it's like if that dude's dick, all right, is inside of you. Specifically, you are waking up.
Wait, it's guys having sex with girls?
Yeah.
That's not like a site, though. There's just a ton of different porn videos that start off.
But there was a site that devoted...
Oh, I'm sure there is, but I'm just saying, like... there's just a lot of porns that start off that way.
I've seen ones where it's reversed, where a guy's asleep and some girl.
Yeah, there's a lot of those too.
I've seen
those offend me a lot less for some reason. Like there's not like there's still like the same level of non-consensualness to it.
But it's
It's
just
like
not
they
the
didn't
same.
sign 100 waivers before they started rolling.
Well, they're really asleep though, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
not.
no. That's the thing is like if you were asleep and some chick was going at you, like and if I woke up to it, like maybe I should pretend to be asleep. Like I don't want to ruin this for her.
So
I
was dating this woman, and like I'll roll over and start like fooling around with her, right? And, like in the middle of the night, and I'll get like, oh, like there's reaction, and then we'll start having sex, and then like I find out after the fact, like this is the first time this happened. I found out she's like, yeah, I woke up and you were just having sex with me, and I was like, whoa, whoa. That makes me a rapist, first of all, and second of all, like you clearly consented. Like she's like, no, I wasn't awake, and I woke up and you were inside me.
There's no way.
And after my second, I was like, thank God my dick is at least large enough to wake you up.
Yeah.
Because if you would have slept through all of us fucking, like that would have completely destroyed my sense of self.
Yeah, see, I've never had that happen, but I have, woken up with things already happening. Because I wake up every morning with a boner, regardless.
Yeah,
it's every single morning.
It's a single man's curse.
Yeah,
that's what I call that.
But I mean,
it's every man's curse.
Yeah, that's it.
Wait, for
no,
real?
Raney just thinks that's just because he's.
Oh, I've been single so long, I forget that.
Yeah.
Like, it's tough.
I wake up with a woman in my bed every morning in an erection.
You're all dressed up and nowhere to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I've gotten woken up with a nice BJ a couple times before, and that's got to be the best possible way to wake up.
I don't know, because a lot of times I have to pee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like...
Nah, I'll hold it in. I don't mind.
Do you ever pull the old switcheroo on her and pretend to come, but you just piss?
No.
Oh.
It's a lot runnier than usual.
Whatever, dude. I like to treat it like a 50s march.
It's the same amount of salt. It's the same amount of salt either way. So I mean, fuck it. It's good.
Your pee is that salty?
You haven't tasted it?
Yeah, I have. I guess you're right. I just haven't tasted your cum. I think that's the...
Tasted one, but not the other.
I bet you one tastes a lot more alkaline than the other. I'd be willing to bet.
Oh,
I bet the trio's good, though. That's a good pop punk piss reference, I think. Speaking of women waking up and the woman you wake up next to, Spencer, you just had a child.
I did. It's true, I did.
Planned or not planned?
It was planned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why? Because that sounds terrible.
No, seriously. Like I thought this kid was going to ruin my life. I was not happy about it for a long time.
Just spite fucking your wife. Like, I'm going to do this, but I'm not going to be happy.
No, I mean, like I always the idea of having a kid always appealed to me.
Yeah.
Like, but I always saw it like years down the road. You know? And then
how old are you, by the way?
I'm 34.
Okay.
And then her telling me she was pregnant, like I was like, well, shit.
Well,
that's the end of everything.
That's the end of the podcast.
So it was not planned.
No, it was like we tried, and I was on board with it. But then, like when she told me she was pregnant, like the reality set in.
Okay.
Like basically, we were just having sex for 5 or 6 months and not pulling out or using protection.
That's got to be pretty sweet.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's the rightest.
We've all done it, right, guys? I mean, like, we've all been there, right? What's sex?
Yeah. What do women look like naked?
Yeah.
What happens there?
They look like they do in the pictures in the talkies.
I'm not allowed to see those. Jesus doesn't.
Also, not allowed to have meat that lies with bread.
Okay.
Yeah. Some call it cult, but I don't think that's what it is.
I'm just not allowed to have any meat that's from a cow that's laid next to bread.
Yes.
That's what it is.
So, okay, but take us through, like, who approaches whom about, like, wanting to have the child? Like,
it was all her idea.
Okay, so first reaction to that, like, is there just a visceral no? Or do you kind of, like, smile and be like, this is gonna be fun? Like, how...
No, I mean, I was like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
And everything was fine until she told me she was pregnant. I was like, now this is real. Like,
Yeah. So... Do you remember like how you were feeling? Like was it like, oh no, like this is too much, or is it
like she was really happy about it, like when she told me she was pregnant, and I was like, not.
I'm going to the den with a bottle of gin. I'll see you later.
Like, I just started cleaning. I started doing like OCD stuff. Yeah. She was like, are you not happy? And I was like, no, you just put a shit ton of shit on my shoulders.
So take us to the pregnancy, like, is that just 9 months of like having a DD? Is that what that is?
Yeah. No, I mean, her pregnancy, like, you know, she would vomit every now and then for the first trimester. Yeah. After that, it was smooth sailing.
It's also 9 more months of sex with no condom, right?
Yeah. Well,
can't get double pregnant.
Actually, medically you can. It has happened. It has happened.
Yeah. So what? You just have twins, or
no, like
or like you have one and then you've got another one cooking.
Yeah.
Like you got 3 months.
That's actually happened. What? There are medical cases.
No more Discovery Channel for you.
Yeah.
No, it's all
Thank God that didn't.
I've been reading them articles. But like, okay, so you hear the news that she's pregnant. You're freaking out. You're like, oh shit, what am I gonna do now? Did you start worrying about like how your future, like your career is gonna go, or were you worried about like stand up, like how you're gonna balance
everything? Like, I've figured stand up was gonna have to slow down a lot. I've got a job that doesn't pay very well, so I was like, well, now that's gonna be. I'm gonna have to go do something I hate. Yeah. That pays better, but I don't know.
Straight for gay porn.
I would do it if the price
was
right.
It pays very well. A guy I knew in high school did it as soon as he turned 18. He did 3 videos and he made $70,000.
What?
Paid his college tuition.
Yeah.
I didn't know. If I'd have known that, like I wouldn't have gone to vocational school.
I thought about it.
I didn't know $70,000 was.
I thought about it.
There should be like commercials during the daytime, like, you know, instead of like the medical therapist or whatever. It's like, hey, do you want to make $70,000 out of the gate? Do you want to get to it? Like,
you just got pop a few boners inside of you.
It's like taking a hard poop. You can do it, boys. And it's like the phone number and like the
you can do it, boys. you gotta give them a little pep talk before they call. Come on, boys, you can do it.
I just imagine like a Rosie the Riveter, like kind of like, yes, we can do it, like, except it's just like a guy like with a dick in his hand, like, instead of like a wrench and a load on his face. It's like, you can do it. So all right, so. Now the kid is here, right?
Yeah.
How old?
He's 3 months.
3 months. Okay. Have you had to have like those like weird discussions with your wife about like religion or like circumcision or any of that stuff? Because female circumcision, obviously you go with it, but male circumcision is a little more, you know.
She left that up to me, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm circumcised. I'm not gonna have my kid with a weird looking dick."
because
wait, does that mean you're going to cut it or not?
We all know that objectively speaking, uncircumcised penises are horrifying looking. They're awful.
I think they're both a hard pill to swallow. If you will. I still.
Well, I don't know. Like, I've never had to deal with an uncircumcised penis, so
it's not fun.
You've never had to come to grips.
Yeah, exactly. And plus, like, when babies shit, like, their whole diaper area is a mess. Like, shit is everywhere.
Yeah.
And
Justin Keithley both knows from having a kid and shitting in his own diaper. What's up, Justin?
What's up, Justin? Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for being one of the 3 people listening.
Yeah.
Listen to the Bat Spidey podcast.
It's a good podcast.
But yeah, no, like, he'll get shit. Like, he's circumcised, but he'll still get shit. Like, I can only imagine the mess it would be, like, having to pull back even more foreskin to get poop out of his dick.
Wait, why
you could even do like? But I'd like.
Hold on, are you just automatically assuming that your son's going to be gay? Is that what you're going for? Or is that he's just going to be he has a predilection for anal sex? Is that?
No, like whenever he poops in his diaper.
No,
when he poops in his diaper.
The poop goes everywhere.
Yeah.
I think about babies 0 amount of the time.
Yeah, no, neither did I.
So I was thinking like when he's already like 20. So it's like, is this what he's going to be doing?
So what has caught you off, like, since you've really like thought about it, like, what has caught you off guard most about having one?
I thought my wife would know more about penises. Like, she's woken me up at like 3 a.m. and been like, "What's wrong with his balls?"
Yeah, because your wife has seen tons of dick. Like your wife just right. That's what you're saying, right? She should know more about penises because she's just taken hundreds of dicks, right?
She read all the baby books. I read 0 of them.
Yeah.
So real committed to this parenting thing.
So she'll wake me up and be like, "What's wrong with his balls?" I'm like, "He's cold. They're small because he's a baby and he's cold
and white
and he's white."
They'll stretch out. Give them time.
Yeah.
That's the deal.
So they'll be hanging to his knees.
That doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
Jackson still has tiny testicles.
Still waiting for that right one to drop.
Yep. Still waiting to hit puberty.
Little bundles of joy there.
Yeah.
You want to see pictures of my bundles of joy? Shows you pictures of his scrotum on his phone.
It's swaddled. Are you speeding with like a Gerber? He's got a Gerber jar next to it for like size comparison.
Got a pacifier in his urethra.
I did take a preemptive dick pic today because it looked really like I went into the bathroom to take a shower. I caught look at myself in the mirror. And I was like, "What? It's never looked this good before."
Yeah, gotta have this for posterity.
Don't know that now. That is now my dick pic forever.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only one.
Put it in the time capsule.
Yeah.
You know what you meant? What you should do? Throw a Mayfield filter on it.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's where it's at.
Keep it classy.
Yeah, or sunrise.
Yeah,
sunrise. Depending on like what color, like how the mood is striking you.
Yeah.
And is it like a morning dick pic? Is it like an evening dick pic?
Yeah.
Right? Post brunch.
Definitely warmer colors.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's Or it's autumn now, so maybe like put like a pumpkin spice kind of filter.
Yeah, pumpkin spice filter.
I'm gonna make that app. That dick pic filter app.
Put some Ugg boots on it.
There's like on each one of my balls.
Okay, I've got the shot in my head now. You got a jack-o'-lantern, right? And you're inside this, like where the candle would be.
Yeah.
Is now Jackson.
Yeah.
And you're shooting it to the moon.
And also, there's just a ton of like leaves on the ground. And there's a tiny rake.
Tiny rake, I like it.
Like you would use for a Zen garden.
Yeah. Well, that's what I used to comb my pubes.
Yeah. Well, we've all had craps.
And for the lice.
Oh my god. This is such a dick-heavy episode.
Oh, wait, hold on. To be fair, what episode isn't a dick heavy?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to see a pro wrestler now named Dick Heavy.
Dick Heavy.
He comes out to the ring.
I told you, if I become a male porn star, or gay porn star, it's going to be Dick Gaines. That's what I want. That's what I want my gay porn name to be.
Yeah.
Is just Dick Gaines.
I like that.
Feel free to use it for your gay for straight.
So speaking of Dick Gaines, OKC Comedy. I want to switch it over. We've been talking about your fatherhood quite a bit, but OKC Comedy's got a lot of things going on, man.
Yeah,
you guys have really ramped shit up lately.
Yeah, we now that Cameron Buchholz is back from Austin, he normally like when it was me, Brad, and Dan, we would just try to do one show a month or whatever. And now Cameron's here trying to do shit.
Yeah.
Trying to make us successful. So we'll see how that works out.
How much do you resent him for that? Like making you do things?
Well, I mean, he's the one who's been contacting the agent, so he's been doing a lot of that work. I just have to like call people to see if we can get press for it, and not very.
I have a question. Good. Like, have you, and through like all of you, how long have you guys been doing this? OKC Comedy.
You could say 2010, but probably 2011, 12 is when like we kind of got serious.
Okay. What's the process of like getting like a name? Like, 'cause you guys have like Tom Segura coming, right? Mm-hmm. Who's one of like the kind of top comedians right now in the country. Yeah. Like, what's the like? You want to get Tom Segura? Is it just like you call his agent, or like what's like the process there?
Yeah, like we started. We had Kyle Kinane, like that was our very first show we did at the Speakeasy, and kind of getting now that he had an agent or whatever, so we kind of got in with his agency or whatever, and we're like, hey, who else do you have? Like, what else? Who's your roster? Whatever. And so it just kind of went from there. And yeah, like you work with one person at an agency, if they have a good time, like you can get their roster and be like, hey, who else can we afford?
Have you ever had either what have you ever had any specifically weird conversation with these agents, or is there anything or they've asked for anything specifically unusual to kind of happen, or are they all is it normally just a fairly easy business transaction? Because I imagine some Times Square kind of those are used to much bigger markets and kind of venues than we have to offer in Oklahoma City.
I mean, normally it's not bad. The Doug Stanhope's agent always throws something crazy on it, and we take it seriously.
Which is an amazing bit in and of itself.
It's hilarious. And then, because I don't remember what it was, but we had to buy this certain kind of liquor for Doug Stanhope for a show, whatever. So he gets back there and he's like, "What the fuck is this?" And we're like, "Your agent told us to get this." And he was like, "Oh, that guy." He's like, "Motherfucker, we spent $100 on this bottle of liquor for a joke. Fuck you guys. We make zero money and you just ate into that. Fuck you."
Who has been your favorite person that you guys have gotten with OKC Comedy?
Kyle Kinane's the easiest to work with. He's probably my favorite to have come to town.
Has there been anybody, because you get to do a lot of the shows, right? You get to do
one
or two or MC or kind of anything like that. Has there been anybody you've been nervous to work with, or anybody you kind of built up in your head maybe are super excited to work with there?
I was really excited to work with Todd Barry when we had him a few years ago, and he was kind of a dickhead.
Really?
Yeah.
He kind of seems like he would I still want to meet him and hang out with him, but he does seem like he would be kind of an asshole. He would just say whatever mean thing could pop into his head at any moment.
He's a dick.
So what did he do to make him a dick? We're coming for you, Todd.
This was
you want our list?
I mean, we have since made up, and we're trying to get him back.
Yeah.
But we this was back when I worked in Governor Henry's office, and so I had a proclamation made for Todd Barry. So it was Todd Barry Day in the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And it's not a lot of work, but it's a lot of leg work. You gotta get it. It's a lot of bureaucracy and red tape. You gotta have someone write it. You gotta have the language approved. You gotta go down to the Secretary of State, have them approve it. And so it's just this big clusterfuck of shit. And so, I get it done, and I give it to him, and he's like, "Yeah." could not have cared less, whatever. And so I called him out on Twitter months later, and he saw it, and he was like, "Hey, dude, take that down. People read that shit." And I'm like, "Well, maybe you should have said thank you." So we kind of went back and forth for a little while, but it's fine now. He said he appreciated it, but whatever.
Well, he probably has it in his bathroom somewhere,
Yeah, in case he runs out of toilet paper.
Yeah.
Fuck Oklahoma.
So what do you? Is it like a plaque or something? What did you give him? What did you present?
Yeah,
to him?
It's a piece of paper, and it's and it goes on the state's calendar, so you can look it up anytime you want and be like, "Hey, on this day, it is Todd Barry Day in the state of Oklahoma, forever."
That's pretty.
And so it's a nice piece of paper, and it comes in this nice embossed folder with the state seal and all this stuff on it.
So how many comedians have official days for them?
Doug Benson, Todd Barry, Paul F. Tompkins, Kyle Kinane, and that might be it.
That's a lot of comedians on the calendar, though.
No, Larry the Cable Guy also has a day.
No way.
Yeah.
Is that an OKC comedy happening, or is that?
No, that was
completely independent of anything else that's happening in Oklahoma City comedy.
The governor went to the OSU Nebraska game one year and got to sit in the same press box as Larry the Cable Guy or whatever. And so
that's how you know you made it as a governor.
Yeah.
If you get to hang out with Larry the Cable Guy.
Yes.
And so
you've arrived.
So they got to be friends or whatever. And then Larry the Cable Guy was going to Riverwind Casino, and I was just trying to get backstage. So I was like, "Hey, Gov, what if we make it a Larry the Cable Guy day, and then I can present it to him?" And so I got to go hang out backstage for Larry the Cable Guy.
Okay.
Yes.
Hold on. What the fuck is backstage with Larry the Cable Guy like? What is?
No, he's really cool. Is
he it's obviously an act, right?
Yeah.
Does he live the gimmick though?
No, he's super nice. He was wearing his flannel and He was dressed for the part.
Reading Tolstoy, like reading like War, like Crime and Punishment, right?
Just loving this discussion about 18th century Russian politics.
Yeah, I think he's like, and then he goes, "Hold on, I gotta go." And then he goes, does the act, and like takes out like a fake thing of like dip, and then comes back like, "All right, so now the lead into the Russian Revolution, right?" And just gives you, like starts teaching a 225 class on it.
Well, it's wild watching his like stuff from the '80s, like when he was just like kind of a
regular.
Because there's some stuff
when
on
he was
YouTube.
Dan Whitney.
Yeah, and you watch it, it's like, yeah, he sounds like a good road comic, you know, and it's weird, like, and he found that switch. I don't know.
So okay, so I don't know backstage. Like, is there just whores and coke? Is it like hanging out with Motley Crue? Is it a Bible study? Like, what's going on back there? Is it partying or just?
No, it was real quiet. Like it was. There were like probably 7 or 8 people back there, like other people who I guess knew somebody or whatever, and so they just kind of sit back there and hang out,
just sit in the green.
Yeah, some people come and take a picture, and then he's like,
"Show me your tits."
No, like he was a super nice guy, really cool.
That's cool.
So, our last question before we get to our comic of the week is I want to ask you. So you were part of OKC Comedy, right? And like we talked about that, but like on the local level, do you feel like with your average like OKC open micers like us? Do you think that like that creates like some type of maybe either like resentment or respect, or like do you think like that at all changes your like the way people in like the local comedy scene perceive you? Obviously,
I think is this question about hierarchy?
No, I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering like
no, I think do you feel like you're?
Do you feel like the people hate you as much as they actually hate you
for being in the hierarchy? Well, for being the hierarchy.
I don't know. I never really gave it that much thought. Like it was always just a running joke, like about the hierarchy. Yeah. But it's like people like you got anyone can make their own show. Like what we're doing is not special. Like all you gotta do is book a comic, find a space. Like we're not doing anything special. Like I understand that some people resent us for not putting on shows. Or
have you ever had anybody like you don't have to name names. Like a conflict with someone like why aren't you putting on a show? Is has that ever come to like an ugly point with like a local comic or?
I mean we've gotten emails and that kind of stuff, but I mean the only people I think we've ever had real beef is like Rob Neville. Like he'll get drunk or whatever and start talking shit. And be like, you guys don't know what you're doing, whatever. I'm just like, okay, you can have your feature acts that.
I'm telling you, I want like him and Brad Chad Porter on the same podcast.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty interesting.
It'd be crazy hard to make it happen, but I don't know. I think that'd be fun.
I would like to just watch.
The only reason why I wouldn't want to do that is I want to get booked for both of the things that both of them are doing, and I don't want them to resent me.
Their hatred like. They become like mutual like respect towards each other. And they just turn all of their hatred on you.
Yeah, fuck this guy. And I just never get booked for anything ever again. And it's like, no, I want.
You'll never work in Stillwater ever.
Speaking of someone who will never work in Stillwater ever, Jackson, who's our comic of the week?
That's actually funny you mention it because it's one of our guests, Mr. SpencerHicks. It's our comic of the week.
Awesome.
I've been sick this whole week. Been dealing with this whole sinus crap. I have been like just mainlining Sudafed and took some Benadryl. I made me tired, so I was drinking some Red Bull, and now I'm drinking PBR. I'm basically just making the meth in my stomach. There's no law against that, Mary Fallon. I ate an entire box of Triscuit crackers last night. This morning I shit a wicker basket. 3 wicker basket. If you get a whole bunch of Triscuit, like those will go through you. Like they'll take hostages. It's like stuff you didn't even know you ate. It's coming with it. Okay. That's a shitty joke, he said. Which is funny on 2 levels. One, literally, and the other, the pun. I was recently on an S&M website. I don't think it wasn't very authentic though, because there was no submit button.
All right, thank you, Spencer, for being our comic of the week this week.
No, thank you.
If you want to be our...
Spencer, how did you send in your tape so quickly? Like,
yeah, man.
You just really clearly consented to being comic of the week, and in no way just had your stuff used without your permission.
Your lawyers contacted my lawyers, and
we've been working on this for a while. It's been a challenge, but negotiations finally came through.
Yeah.
And we got it.
We gave him that one Bud Light.
This one, now I owe you guys.
All right. If you want to be our comic of the week, which please, for God's sakes, do. I'm kind of on a loop now of comedians and recordings. Send us an audio file, MP3 or WAV at anokpodcast@gmail.com. Hit us up on Facebook pages / anokpodcast, or on Twitter at anokpodcast.
Yeah, and so we're introducing a couple of new segments today, and the first one is we have constantly arguing about which one of us is better.
Okay.
Like, we all think we're kind of the best, at everything.
Yeah,
which is false, though, because, I clearly am.
No.
And so we want this to be,
I'm not so sure.
measured objectively, so we're introducing a new segment called Highly Qualified, where our guest will put us through a series of questions, and they will pick which one of us is most highly qualified for this situation. And the first, since Spencer is a new guy
hold
here...
on. I thought this was a legitimate job interview because, as everyone knows, I'm looking for work.
You're very poor. Yes.
I am very, very
Well, I
poor.
mean, it might turn into it.
I hope so, yeah.
And so, since Spencer's a new guy, we figured we would have him interview to see which one of us is the most highly qualified babysitter.
Yeah,
one to take care of his precious Malachi.
Yes.
I'm going to stay.
We're very biblical.
I'm going to state for the record that this is a job I do not want to have, but I want to beat the shit out of you guys.
Well, I don't want it either, but I know that if this kid is going to become the cross-dressing bisexual feminist that I am, right, which is what everyone should aspire to, that he needs guidance, and only I can give it to him.
I just want to be indoors and getting paid.
Yeah.
And maybe get to watch some TV, maybe eat a little food. I won't eat much.
Yeah, whatever you want in the fridge, yours.
All right.
Help yourself.
I'd be damned if I didn't help a kid become what he really aspires to be, which is a juggalo.
Yeah.
And I would be on top of that game.
And he needs help because I don't have the street cred.
And
not a lot of gingers in the Dark Carnival.
I promise to model your child after myself, and they will realize their real potential and how sad they can be as a person.
Well, my family battles with depression, so...
They are from Kentucky.
It's true.
We coming for you, Kentucky.
You
on our list. Whole state.
The entire state of Kentucky's on the OK podcast hit list.
Devin Todd Berry.
You've been warned.
So the way this works is Spencer's going to ask us some questions that he would ask like a normal babysitter, and and we'll answer them, and he'll tell us which one's the most qualified.
Yeah. Who here knows baby CPR?
Okay. See, now, right off the bat, I know what it is, and I know how to spell it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I am also not afraid to put my mouth in strange places. Okay. And it has been in several strange places. None of them on a baby, but, I don't... Mm-hmm. I don't want to rule things out, so, he's choking on a Lego or, like a loose anal bead. I would be more than happy.
Okay. I'm putting 1 point next to your name.
Okay.
I would like to state that I was a Boy Scout. All right, I was trained in adult CPR, and I feel like a lot of the same principles would carry over.
A lot of pounding.
As hard as you can.
Yeah.
As hard as you can, just fist pounding.
Your Scoutmaster taught you that, right? The hard pounding.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
to revive someone.
That was I really earned that merit badge. It was great, good fun times.
I didn't know gaping was a merit badge.
Well, that's the only badge. It's just a big circle. There's nothing inside inside the circle.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's just
shame inside that circle.
It's just brown with red right in the middle. That's all. That's what
I'm giving you half a point.
Oh,
and I'm giving Tom the other half.
Oh,
For
okay.
making a gaping butthole joke.
Well, I guess it's my turn to answer this question.
Yes.
Before I answer that question, I want to go back to earlier in the conversation where we're talking about circumcision or uncircumcision for the baby. And I think it would be, if you had it uncircumcised, you could do the thing where you make the shotgun ch-chuk.
Yeah.
And that is my answer.
I'm going to give you 1 full point.
That's a full point.
1 full point.
I'm in this game. I'm in it.
That's a full dick too. That's not a half dick. That's a full.
Dick. I just
no
got
parts missing.
I just got the tip, but
Yeah.
I'll catch up. I'll catch up.
Okay, on a hot summer's day, how long can you leave a baby in a car?
Okay.
Well, you know, can I?
Go ahead.
I'll start on this one. My car doesn't work.
Okay.
It won't drive, so I won't be leaving it in any cars. If we go anywhere, I'll just leave it outside of whatever place
Okay.
I might be. Yeah, it'll be fun. I'll put a hat on it. It'll be a nice bonnet.
Yeah.
I'll give it things. I'll give it a knife to protect itself in case
Right.
anyone tries anything.
Right.
I think the baby would really enjoy that.
See, I like my baby medium rare. So I'm thinking like you do it for like 5 minutes and then you flip it over for another 5, but you don't want to leave it past that because then the inside, because then it's dry and then you got it covered in baby sauce. And that A1 baby sauce it just hides the flavor. But if you get a good baby, you don't need it.
No, you want it pink in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. Really, I want it red. I want a little bit of blood.
You want a little bit of
blood.
I would say, it's probably not a good idea to leave a baby in the car, but the baby does not have an ID, so can't come into the liquor store with me. So I think I'd leave a baby in the car for the amount of time it takes me to get a bottle of Rex Goliath and a couple of IPAs. I tried those new ones from Fort Worth. Just got imported in. I'm curious about those.
Imported from Fort Worth.
Yeah, we're like it's not 3.0 or something. It's just like that real beer.
The Ancient Orient, as it's known.
From the far south, and I don't know, maybe a big old bottle of that plastic Russian vodka.
Okay, I'm gonna give Jackson 2 points on that one.
Whoa!
For not leaving my baby in the car. Matt, you get 1 point for not leaving in the car long.
Yeah, there you go.
And Tom, I'm gonna give you half a point.
Okay.
So we're all knotted up at. Actually, Jackson's in the lead with 2.5 points.
Well, to be fair, I didn't know you like your baby well done. I would have left it in for longer.
Well, that's why I was waiting to reveal the points.
Yeah.
I didn't want to give you
an inside track.
Now, is it white meat? We talking white meat here?
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
He's all the way.
All the way white? Okay,
yeah.
See, okay, yeah. See, I thought, I assumed it was dark.
Well, you got to get a base first.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Okay, who here has had sex with a baby?
All right, I will start this off. That's the thing is, are we talking about like a baby as in like just been born baby or like a 50s doo-wop song?
We're talking about 3 months, give or take.
I don't want to answer this question.
He pleads the fifth.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't want to answer that.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Do you have something to hide?
I'm letting no, it's not that. I just know my rights, and I know that I'm not being detained, and so I don't have to answer your question.
Well, I mean, a lot of the websites you frequent teach you your rights about these.
Yeah, and things. My driver's license. I'm not even behind the wheel of a vehicle, so you can't see that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna say I've never had sex with a 3-year-old or a 3-month-old.
Okay.
Sorry. Or a 3-year-old. I have though had sex with a stripper named Baby.
Okay.
So I guess technically yes, I have had sex with a baby.
Okay.
I have blown a guy with a baby dick.
Okay.
To the song "Baby" by Justin Bieber.
This is tough.
Yeah. It was gamey.
Matt, I'm giving you 0 points on that.
Fair enough.
Tom, I will give you 1.5 points.
So did he. He gave me 1.5. That's about where it was.
What was he doing with the scorecards? I like it. Kind of handy.
And I will give Jackson 1 point. So right now, Tom and Jackson are tied, and Matt, you're trailing.
How am I trailing? I started so strong.
You did, but you didn't answer the question. That leads me to believe you've got something to hide.
Man, I hate it with your cock rhetoric. I'm not feeling it.
Okay, how would you soothe a crying baby?
Okay, this is easy. This is right in my wheelhouse.
Oh yeah.
First off, I go to my drawer.
Okay.
I got a special drawer. Well, I'm babysitting. I'm still coming to your place. I got a bag. I put the drawer in the bag, right? The contents, not the entire drawer.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a bag, right? I take off my trench coat. I reveal that I'm wearing a corset, crotchless panties, and probably something of a mask, right? Like a fun mask, like it's brightly colored, right?
Yeah.
And then I take off one of my nipple clamps, right? And I take it from me. So I still have one on, and I attach it to the baby, right? Okay. So we're sharing the pain. So now I'm in its head, right? And then I make it eat out of a dog bowl, and then I let it sleep in the cage.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. I like the empathy aspect of it.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
That's how I treat all my submissives.
Yeah, I hate even going off kind of the same thing, but I too have a cage. It's the same one. It's the same one that my parents used on me.
Okay.
It's a tricked out dog kennel, if you will.
I just want to say I met Jackson's parents at the club, and they gave me the cage idea.
It's actually very nice.
Is it like an heirloom?
Well, yeah, it's a bit of a family heirloom, passed down Curtin generations.
Okay.
It was originally meant for a dog, a small dog, but what you do is, it's got pillows, it's got very fluffy pillows lined around it, so you can roll around in there and have a good time.
Nah, see, that's how you get a soft kid. I like to discipline them, right? Like crying is only going to get you more punishment.
Well, no.
So then you learn to like the pain.
No. You leave it in there, and you throw in a bottle of breast milk that you bought off a Peruvian woman on the street.
Okay.
And
that's good titty.
Yeah, you just let them have a good time.
Okay.
Okay, I gotta pull this one down from below. Soothing a baby. They say that you gotta get a baby in a car, like in a car seat, and that'll soothe the baby. Good, because I'm driving that baby down to Kentucky, and we're gonna ride in a smoking elevator, and let that soothing smoke that's filled with flavor just fill the baby's lungs, and just put that baby right to sleep.
You wanna know what? You get 2 points for that.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
And I'm gonna give each of you half a point. So we're all knotted up at 4 each.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
close race.
How many more questions do we need?
I think we need
a tiebreaker.
I think a tiebreaker.
To figure out who's the king.
Yeah. Who's the highest of us? The highest qualified.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's close right now.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Yeah.
How do you figure out if a baby's allergic to something?
Well, I guess I'll start with this one. I'm gonna take a page from my parents. All right.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start throwing every single thing that I can find at your baby. And just see what causes a reaction.
Okay.
The whole allergens thing come from like being in too clean of an environment. I think so. The best way to make a worry about allergens is just like Jackson was saying, just throw everything at it. I'm talking like dirt floors. I'm talking bugs. I'm talking just let it toughen that kid up is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Dip the kid in pecans. We're getting at it. I'm showing this kid what's up.
Okay.
Okay. Much like vaccines, allergies are a lie. They're part of the liberal media. Ever since we started worrying about allergies, we see a rise in autism. Is a coincidence? No. Obviously, it's not a coincidence, right? Allergies are bullshit. There's no such thing as an allergy. And if you want your kid to be tough, all right, you want him to be a goddamn man, a man that likes, to have cigarettes put out on him and to wear women's panties, much like me, his role model, which I will become.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Plus, we're not gonna have time to worry about that when we're having our 3-ways, and I'm in a gimp suit. So I just want to also point that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have come to my decision.
Yes.
And despite some shaky answers in the beginning, I think Tom Joyce will probably be best to watch my child.
What?
I mean, I'm in charge of children every day as a teacher.
That is
that
is true, and he has been raising me for the past 6 months. So.
And he's lost 31 pounds.
True. So if you want your baby to lose weight, yep.
Well, if you let him out of the Jackson cage every now and then, let him run free in the backyard.
I've been keeping him in a small cage. It's like veal. I keep the lights off.
Well, I keep breaking
He's
his leg.
so tender right now.
Well, that's why I've been losing the weight, is because that cage is I was cramped. I needed more room.
Yeah,
I just needed.
He's grass fed.
Yeah.
So that concludes our first ever edition of Highly Qualified, and now we're introducing our second. And I'm gonna let Jackson start this one because I'm out of beer.
Grab it.
We've got a new game going on. This next game, it's called How Bizarre.
How bizarre.
Yeah, How Bizarre. And
How bizarre.
And I'll explain the rules to you guys.
Okay.
What I'll do is I'll give you each hypothetical situations, and you're going to have to tell me how you would get out of these hypothetical situations. Now, each one of your answers are going to have the scoring system is going to be made in pop culture references. Now, there is an exchange rate for these different pop culture references, but only I know what the exchange rate is.
Okay. Ooh, mysterious.
Yeah. So
you hold all the cards for once.
Yes, I do.
The tables have turned.
Maybe I want to go back and change my "Who's the best" answer.
Looks like everything's coming up Millhouse. All right, but I believe we have a song.
We always, exactly.
As we do with any of our games.
We've got it queued up, ready to go.
All right. How bizarre! How bizarre! How bizarre!
How bizarre!
Ooh, baby!
Ooh, baby!
These situations are crazy.
Situations are crazy. Every time I look around. Every time I look around. Every time I look around.
Figuring out new answers.
That was bizarre.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
How bizarre was that?
God.
All right.
It's making me crazy. Because these lessons are paying off.
Yeah,
we're using this sponsor money wisely.
Yeah, we're our.
Thank you, Brixton.
Yeah, thank you, Brixton. I'm gonna have to join that fantasy league. All right, guys. Your first situation. You just got a 16-year-old girl pregnant. Now, you didn't know she was 16 when you got her pregnant, but this is the situation. Now you have a few options.
Okay.
All right. What you're looking at basically is the different methods that you can get rid of this baby, but obviously you can't go through any legal means.
Okay.
And you also don't want to leave any kind of paper trail. So how are you going to get rid of this baby?
Oh, that's easy. I've done this many times. What you do is, first off, you do the manly thing, and you marry her. Then you move her to Juarez, turn her into a prostitute. Whore out her when the baby becomes 13, right? Mm-hmm. You whore out the baby too. Next thing you know, you've got a stable of hoes. And you got a bottom bitch, right? And then you next thing you know, you're Noriega. The real Noriega, I knew him. He owes me 100 favors.
I thinking out of the side of the box. I like that. I'll give that 4 Urkels.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
4 Urkels?
I was hoping for a Stefan, but
4 Urkels.
One Stefan is equal to. I don't know the. I don't.
Only I know the
I don't know
exchange
the
rate.
exchange rate. If I was guessing.
Mr. Hicks.
Okay. Well.
our new father.
In conceiving, I could have sworn that this girl was 14, which will be my legal defense when I pay somebody to Nancy Kerrigan her uterus as she leaves Forever 21.
Working and just ham fisting those pop references in there. I like it. You'll get 15 Danny Tanners.
Ow!
That's
I don't
pretty
know
good.
what that means.
That's pretty good.
It's no Uncle Jesse.
Well, who is? Yeah.
Definitely not Dave Coulier.
I will let you know. Dave Coulier is negative points.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
We're not children.
Okay.
Well, I think I have the host of America's Funniest People in my near future. Then I'm worried. No, you don't have to get that reference. It's okay. It's all right.
That's like AC Slater?
No, it was Dave. I have to cry it out.
You know what? Cut it out and answer the question.
I like it. I like it. That's a Punky Brewster.
God damn it.
I don't know. Like I'm an old fashioned guy, so I think I would handle it like my grandfather and my grandmother before me, and I think she would just move to go live on a farm somewhere for a little while
With your other dogs?
Yeah, with my other dogs. And yeah, and just let me know when things are when the situation changes on that.
I thought you were going to say I was going to handle this like my grandfather and his before him and join a war. We go fight the Nazis, and I'll come back and make a bride out of her yet with a GI Bill.
I like your answer, Raney. You're taking care of the situation. Make sure there's no blowback. I'll give that let's say 6 Family Matters.
The entire cast of Family Matters?
Yeah.
That's...
I was so for one Carl.
I think that's more than an article. That's pretty... Oh.
Yeah.
Carry the show, goddammit.
There's yeah, I'll let you guys know. It's actually pretty close. It's actually pretty close. It's the exchange rate's very complicated.
Well, I would have to imagine that Waldo would have to have a little bit of street value, right?
Hey, he's got some.
What the fuck's Waldo?
Waldo's the guy who like just showed up and
Wait, where is he? Where?
No, it's not. Hey, twist
that.
All right, you guys. It's pretty close. We're gonna have to do another one. Okay, you are the head of a textile factory, which is basically a sweatshop in Vietnam, exclusively with children. Now, these children, very hard workers. Very hard workers. They really put in a solid day of work. But the problem is, they got no talent. They can't make the product. They're making American flags with 48 stars. No one wants to buy those. No. I mean, come on, guys.
Maybe archivists.
Yeah. Now, how are you going to motivate these children? What kind of program are you going to put them through to make them make quality products?
It's a tough one. You know, as a teacher, I know how to motivate children.
Okay.
And the number one way to do it is to pretend that you found their parents. Tell them I'm going to reunite them with them, but only after they fulfill their contract of above satisfactory work. Right. By that time, they'll probably be dead from the working conditions anyways, never have to fulfill the promise. Sure. And then they'll start training the younger ones in the quality, and then my second wave of children, I'm assuming these are 5, and then they'll probably be dead by the age of 7 or 6. Probably 5.5, really.
Not long.
This is Vietnam, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. Viet goddamn Nam. And so I would just dangle the carrot of parents.
All right. I like it. Using having a plan of longevity. I like it. I'm gonna give that 42 Melissa McCarthy's.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of McCarthy's. Yeah.
Was she the fat chick from Mike and Molly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Very funny.
Make it a Jenny McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy's funny sister.
I'll give you that one exchange rate. It's 60 Melissa McCarthy's to 1 Jenny McCarthy.
That seems like a fair exchange.
You're not quite there yet.
She's still crazy, but she's kind of foxy too.
She is. I would keep from vaccinating my kids just to have sex with them.
I just want to know what Jim Carrey's dick tastes like.
You could find out.
Yeah, you don't. You
or
don't
the
have to go through that.
The less talented Wahlberg.
I don't like the way you threw the less in there.
Mr. Hicks?
I would try to motivate them. I would tell them stories about a young 16-year-old girl who got moved to Juarez, Mexico, and was forced to have a child, whose child was then forced into prostitution. These are not the kind of lives these Vietnamese kids want to live, nor can they.
No.
Because they're dirty Asians.
You heard it here.
I don't know if I can support this answer. You
Wait, I'm not done with my answer.
All right.
I'm not done. By saying dirty Asians, I mean these are a proud people who only want their independence and should unionize.
You only
for
met
fair working conditions.
You only met
and not be like the 16-year-old girl from Juarez.
To be fair, they're also probably pretty dirty from the textile factory.
No, you
and
just
they're
meant,
Asian.
Yeah, you just meant that they are Asian, and they are indeed dirty, very dirty.
Which is why they should unionize.
All right,
all kinds of butt stuff.
Bring the union in. I like it. I'm gonna give it 17. Brad Pitt's yelling, "What's in the box?"
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but I'm in favor. What's in the box?
I think you just used up one of them. How many what's in the boxes are left?
He's got 16.
I got 16 left. You want to know what?
A plethora.
What's in the box? 15. I don't care.
That's retirement Brad Pitt right there. That's a cottage in the south of
Well,
France.
you don't want to use them all up because you got to collect them all at the end. You gotta.
To train them is my goal.
I hope it carries interest. Like every year.
That's half a Kool-Aid.
Yes. Oh no.
Yeah.
He would make.
Can I borrow what's in the box?
I'll give you half of what's in the box. So I've got 14 and a half left.
All right.
I've got your box.
Yeah. Okay, so it's time for Matt's answer.
Yeah.
Correct? All
So
right.
it's time for Raney's answer.
Here we go. Here goes nothing. I think if you really want to get kids to respond to work, everyone knows you got to make work fun. That's the thing. You really need to focus on this. So I say we're gonna take those kids. We're gonna dye their skin orange. These kids are my Oompa Loompas now, and I'm gonna build me a chocolate factory. And they're gonna get shot out of tubes and stuff when they get caught in the chocolate river. And they're gonna ride my nightmare boat ferry ride. And they're gonna get to work. Is what they're gonna do.
Are they gonna have songs?
Plenty of songs, but I'll be damned if I can understand them. I don't know what they're saying to me.
Songs and screams for help sound very, very, very similar to Vietnamese.
All right, I like it. I like it a lot. I'm gonna give it 32 places where everyone knows your name.
Awesome. Hey, what's up, Norm?
Gotta hang out with Frasier though.
Yeah.
All right, I think.
Frasier.
All right, I think I'm tallying up your
Don't
totals
Niles
now.
them down.
We've got the OK podcast supercomputer is tallying.
Yeah, we're tallying it up.
The lights are blinking wildly.
Yeah. Blinking wildly. All right.
This is gonna give us radiation, by the way. Like we should at least have vests or close up one of those panels.
Yeah,
all
it's
right.
really not safe.
Those hamsters are gonna die.
What else is gonna power the machine?
Yeah, we don't.
Kids.
We spend all of our money on singing lessons. We don't have electricity money. All right, you guys. So
I want one of them for my butt.
I've got the answers right here. I'm gonna read from bottom up. We have in third place,
There's
Mr.
4 of us. Oh, there's 3 of us. Never mind.
I mean, I could win it.
Bottoms up.
Yeah. All right. In third place, we've got Mr. Tom Joyce with a collective equal to one Kathleen Madigan.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I started from the bottom, and apparently I stayed there.
I thought you were doing so much better than one Kathleen Madigan.
I've always wanted to sleep with Kathleen Madigan since I was a young lad.
Yeah. I would.
I would too. I'd give to her.
Let's also tell other people we'd have sex with, shall we? I would like to have sex with Melissa McCarthy.
All right.
You
know what? I'll give you an extra half a Rosie O'Donnell for that.
Ooh.
What about Rosie O'Donnell? Would you do Rosie?
I'll do some butt stuff with her.
I
let her do butt stuff to me.
Only if it's like the Rosie O'Donnell show era Rosie O'Donnell, like not the one from today. That's my only.
Okay.
I prefer maybe a Roseanne, but
from the television show Roseanne.
Yeah.
She would try harder than I think most celebrities.
I would like to be. I would like to have her underneath me and John Goodman just taking me to Slam Central Station while the second Becky watches.
On the Grundle
the second Sarah Chalk reference.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Like that. All right, and
the one who made it.
All right, it's kind of funny you made that reference because in second place we have Matt Raney with one Sarah Chalk from Scrubs.
What?
Yeah,
she was pretty hot in that show.
She was very hot.
She was pretty hot.
She was pretty hot in that show.
I'm okay with this.
All right, and we've got our guest today, Mr. SpencerHicks. He won.
Oh, look at that! Look at our winner.
He has people who love him. This is all I have.
Yeah. He won with one Pamela Anderson giving Tommy Lee a blowjob on a boat.
Wow, I had no idea.
That video is really fun.
Yeah,
it's a fun video.
He honks the horn
with his dick, with his flaccid dick. It's not impressive, Tommy Lee.
They were in love though. You could see it in the video.
You can also see the hepatitis.
Yeah,
which they both have.
Yeah. So what does it matter? You know, I think if you got
Kid Rock.
Yeah, he had. Well, to be fair, he had a lot more than that to begin with.
He has hep with the.
He's got that damn.
He up jumped the boogie. Becoming a bull god. All right. Let's talk about where we'll be, shall we?
All right,
let's do that.
Are any of us going to be anywhere?
No.
Good talk.
Well, wait just a moment there. Like the sigh of just exasperation, like Tom doesn't want to.
Tom's supposed to be opening for Jen Kirkman in January.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
Yeah.
So when is that again?
Get your tickets to that January.
I think it's in December.
It's
December 3rd.
Is it December 3rd?
Pretty
My
sure.
calendar's all fucked up.
Or maybe not. But yeah, so if you want to put me on something between now and January, feel free.
Yeah.
Get a lot of time on my hands.
I'm also going to be setting up a benefit show date to be TBD, but it's a benefit show for the I got challenged in that ice bucket nonsense, so I decided instead of doing that, I'm going to do something not lame.
Oh, that's
so
cool. That's a good idea.
I'm going to put on a benefit show. Mr. Matt Raney's going to be on it. A couple other comics, probably Nathan Joyner.
I'm going to be on it since my mom has ALS.
No.
Go! I got a dying mom with ALS. I can't even get on the ALS show.
I thought I laughed for 30 minutes when I thought about that.
Her last wish was to watch me tell dick jokes.
No, you'll be on it. You'll be on the show, Tom. That'll be coming soon. Also, follow me on Twitter at Junk Narcotics.
I just want to say that's the saddest Make-A-Wish. Like, I just want to be on your local comedy show at a place where only our friends will come. Can you please put me on?
Yep.
I think the best thing about that show is at the end, in lieu of the ice bucket challenge, we're gonna put a bunch of dildos in a freezer, get them all in ice cold, put them in a bucket, and just drop them on top of Tom's head. And if you listen to the podcast enough, you know that's not the first time that's happened.
Yeah, that's true.
Check out episode 33.
Yeah. And just one last thing. I'm getting new submissions, and I've been writing new articles. So check out Sad Men for Lonely Women. It is my website. Check it out.
Not a dating site.
Not a dating site, but it will make you laugh like one.
Check out the District House open mic. That's a thing I've been running. It's really weird. Like only a few comics show up to it, but the crowds are. You haven't dealt with a crowd like this if you haven't come out. So it's
children and old women?
Children and old women, poets, and really serious people, and it's a fun room.
Yeah. It's the first time that the comics are not the saddest people in the room.
Yeah, there's
fucking Emily Dickinson is on stage.
The first time I went up there, I went on after a 7-year-old girl who played violin, and we all thought she was going to be amazing. And she wasn't.
She was learning the ropes on
she very, very recently started playing violin.
You didn't have to scream at her that she'll never amount to anything.
I did.
Get off the stage.
She was Vietnamese. What? They don't respond to anything else.
Yeah, I was trying to motivate her.
No, but it's probably one of the. It's definitely a very cool mic.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy
hummus sandwiches.
Yeah,
and some solid potato salad.
Yeah,
get you one
and beer.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Hicks.
We've got the Take Notaro show on October 18th.
Ooh,
cool.
I hope I can afford tickets for that. And it'll be awesome. I want to come.
Awesome. There
we go. All right. You got anything else coming up? Any Twitters or anything you want to remind anybody out?
I mean, you can follow me on Twitter at SpencerHicks.
What is the Twitter handle? I don't get it.
You don't get any of his names. You're asking about the fantasy team name earlier.
That's my middle name,
Lennox.
Some assholes got Spencer Hicks.
Screw that, dude.
There's another guy out. There's another dickhead out there with my name.
I want all of an OK Podcast followers to go out and find at Spencer Hicks, and I want you to troll him
Please do.
And so we need to start a campaign. This week's hashtag of the week. We haven't done it in a while. Fuck that Spencer Hicks.
Yes,
let's do that. At that Spencer Hicks and tell him to go fuck off. The real Spencer Hicks needs his handle.
Oh, yes. I love it. I will actually go on Twitter this week for that.
New. Did you just promote your Twitter handle?
Yeah. I wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't gonna make any tweets.
So that we are trolling the at Spencer Hicks with the hashtag fuck that Spencer Hicks.
Yes.
There we go.
I love it.
Now it's time to take back, relax, realize we're three beers deep and have to drive in about 5 minutes.
Yep.
And talk about what we learned today. Matt, do you want to start?
I'll start. Yeah, sure. Why not? I learned that whatever guilt I have associated with sweatshops, I can be easily swept away with a little bit of skin dye and just some fun and games. So yeah, it's not much of a lesson, but there you go.
Jackson, have you?
I learned that games about pop culture references can be really dark. They go to some really dark places, and
it's a very special episode.
They are all going to be very special, and they're only going to get more and more special as time goes on.
Spencer, have you heard anything?
What I learned that you guys are just a great group of people.
Aww. I'm pretty
true.
sure that's what you learned last time.
And I learned.
and I wouldn't want to have any of you watch my baby.
The worst.
I learned whether you're getting face fucked by Dan Goodman or just whoring out your Mexican 16-year-old wife with her soon-to-be daughter that's apparently yours.